Hello there. Right. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Save the Crypto. If you've never been here before, which I highly doubt it, then welcome to Save the Crypto. I'm here. I'm here with my friend Maff. I'm going to point upwards.
Hello.
Are
Oh
you, are
yeah.
you,
Oh, we swapped around. That's interesting. Was that random, or was that a conscious choice to?
I think it's whoever gets added first. I think
Oh, okay. Yeah.
that might have been you because you actually showed up before.
I wasn't sure if it was a site. I was going to say if I'm your channel sidekick or something when we're on this channel. So I don't know. It's a hierarchy thing, but
Yeah.
no, it's a flat structure, obviously.
No, we don't do hierarchy. I don't think. Um, Right. Well, first of all, hello everyone. I think we've got the usual crew here, haven't we? So there's Kaz, Nick, Ozzy, Scotty, of course. Scotty, thanks for the cold remedy advice. I must admit,
Oh, what was that?
he said get some wild oregano oil, and then I saw it was
Blimey.
22
And,
quid
and,
for
and do what with it? dread to hear the
oil
answer. Yeah.
oil myself with it, and
Yeah.
and but I don't know. I was a bit put off by it being 22 quid for a little bottle. I tell you why. It's not because I'm a stingy bastard. It's more to do with I've done a lot of not affiliate work. I've done a lot of like SEO work with affiliates who sell this stuff, and I kind of know the profit margins on it. You know, it's huge. You know, it's like 90% sort of thing. You know,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
and
It's a. I know this is going to take the conversation all over the place, but it's the same with perfume. You know,
yeah.
as I'm not exactly a well perfumed gentleman or anything like that, but
Smells nice from here.
I know, so I remember like shopping at Christmas time, and just thinking like these perfumes, they're just like, so they're like over £100 for some of them, for like a
Yeah.
little bottle of, and it's basically just scented tap water
Yeah,
when it
yeah,
boils down to it, with a few like herbs or whatever, and it's just I mean, obviously a huge amount of what you're paying for with perfume, I suppose, is the marketing, it's the image. They get some just dumb celebrity, to be honest, to front it, you know, and just pose and look stupid, to put on a duck face or whatever, and be all pouty, and that adds an extra like probably £80 by itself to the per unit cost. And then it's just other things. I think the glass bottles cost a fair amount, and the spritzer part of it, well, probably adds like 5p or something like that. But anyway, sorry, yeah, I was saying that's going to take the,
no,
the,
it's
the
not.
topic way
Well, I
off
mean,
course. But yeah,
they probably do use a bit of like, I don't know, Buxton spring water or something like that, don't they? Probably like, which would cost like 30p. I had a mate when I lived over near Watford. I had a mate there who used to deliver the concentrate for perfumes. So it's like,
yeah,
like 10-litre plastic things, and they'd be like for like Clarins, L'Oreal, all them makes, and he used to have this like Mercedes van full of these things, and I said, "What is it?" And he said, "Oh, mate, sorry, was he Australian or New Zealand? I know it's somewhere down there. I think he was from New Zealand actually." He went,
or
"Oh,
from
mate."
Peckham. Yeah.
Yeah, he went, "Oh, mate, it's the stuff they make perfume out of. They just add a bit of water and turns it into like 100 quid a bottle, And I was like, "So what kind of concentration is it?" He went, "Oh, it's bloody concentrated, mate. It's something like 1 to 100 sort of thing. So they have like 1 milliliter of that, and then they add like, well, it's not even that, is it? But like, anyway, so highly concentrated. So I looked at his Mercedes van and I said, so how much is that lot worth in there about?" And this was like early 90s, late 80s even,
Yeah.
He went, "About 500,000. And I was like, Jesus, and it was
Wow.
it's
Yeah.
incredible. It's like, I was like, do you not have to wear a bulletproof vest or something? Sort of. He's like, "Nah, nobody knows what it is." Anyway, so
That's the thing. Yeah, I mean, it's security through obscurity, I suppose. But it's that
yeah,
sort of thing where,
yeah,
as long as no one mentions it on YouTube or anything, then it's fine.
yeah.
Yeah, they'll be
You, you,
safe.
you see, my thing about what Scotty was saying there was like, okay, right. So wild oil of oregano. I was thinking, like, okay, so that probably means the active ingredient is something in the oregano. I'm quite happy to eat oregano, and make things with it. Having said that, I'm getting better now, so sod it.
Yeah, just wait until the next one. I mean, do you bother with vitamins? Do you take your vitamin D and
No,
your selenium and your C and so
no,
on?
I just eat really well. I just eat really good food.
Yeah, lots of rocket salad, I guess.
Yeah, we just like only eat fruit and vegetables, really. Sort of beans. Sort of like lots of like. I don't know. I just eat really well. So normally I'm not very ill, but I know I've been ill twice this year, which is quite ridiculous, really. But I'm blaming other people for that. Anyway,
well, yeah, basically, yeah, you need to just move out of society, I guess.
Move out of my house, get my daughter to leave. I was just going to show you this briefly because I literally woke up this morning and the girl from 2bit got in touch with me and said, we've sent you 500 USDT as a voucher that I can only use it for copy trading. Okay, so I'll have a look at this a bit later, and I might have a go at this. I'm a bit scared about doing it because it's a bit, I don't know, it's a bit weird, isn't it? But if anybody does want to follow along, I'll drop a link in the stream in a bit. But all I'm going to say is I'm probably going to be like really, really super careful. So there might not be loads of trades. It might be just the odd one that's like quite good, maybe, well, hopefully, and all that. But
yeah.
But so I don't know why I'm so scared about it, but like, because like if you follow it, it's on you, isn't it? But I don't know. It's probably because it's not what it is. It's because this isn't real money, is it? Because although it's like,
but it is for everyone else. Yeah,
it is for everyone else. Yeah. So really, this is trial funds where I can't withdraw it. I can't withdraw that and then pay the gas bill. Whereas you can, because if you'd have put real money in there.
If it's my money to begin with, then
yeah. So I think that's what's worried me about it, But
paper trading, yeah.
So I need to treat it like it is real money, So I think that's what I'll do. And she sent me a load of stuff to read about it and stuff because I can't do normal trading with this. So anyway, there's that.
Okay. So you have an affiliate link, I guess, for 2bit.
Yeah.
So I mean, I could probably sign it. I don't think I've ever joined 2bit. Are they non KYC?
They are non KYC. Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
I did do a thing a while ago with 2bit, and this is actually a different account. So if you did my one before that you will need to make a new account actually. As I say, I'll drop the link in the thing in a minute. You could join, or what I might try and do, I don't know if I kind of, it's a new girl I don't know, so if I can kind of sort of win her over a bit and charm her a bit, I might see if she can give you the same deal if you're interested in it, Maff. I don't know, are you interested in that?
Maybe it might actually get me trading a bit more, which I think.
Yeah, I mean, if I say
I don't do enough of it, really.
Yeah, I mean, if I say this is my colleague, and we both, I think she didn't realise we had a Discord server, so I think she was like, "Oh, that's good," and
yeah.
So if I kind of say that you're my sidekick.
I think I made a mistake introducing that, didn't I?
and then I'll see if I can get the same thing for you. And then people can choose whether they follow you or follow me, copy me or copy you. And,
yeah.
That's going to be embarrassing, isn't it?
Well, for one of us, yeah. But yeah, I mean, initially I would join it to partake in the proceeds of your copy trading. So I guess I could do it as a like for like thing. So if I dumped in $500,
right? Because
then I don't have to worry about the proportions or whatever. But I guess there'd be a setting anyway, wouldn't there? Just so if someone dumps in $100, then every trade is going to be a fifth of their of what they put in, I guess.
Right, didn't quite follow that, but
well, I think that the problem that often happens with copy trading is that if the trader has like say a $10,000 account,
right,
and someone goes, oh, I'm going to put $100 in or whatever, then their account will be immediately just blitzed, So it's kind of that. So it'd be the
Right.
proportion, So it'd be like the ratio or whatever. So the trade sizes and all of that stuff, position size and so on.
Okay, yeah, got you. Yeah, I mean the main problem I think with copy trading is the fact that it gets really competitive because people do earn quite a lot of money from it, by being like the best copy trader sort of thing. But what they do is they do like ridiculous trades and stuff, and they get their win rate really high, but so they'll have like loads and loads of really good wins, and then they'll do one where they lose it all, and of course that's rubbish, isn't it? Anyway, I've just posted a link in the thingy.
Oh, that reminds me. So I just switched on the comments on the stage thing. So
well done.
Because we've I guess we're always going to have the thing where there's some people watching on X, some people on YouTube, and so that this way they can see each other's comments and things.
Okay, right.
Kind of
Now I've also pinned that message in the chat as well, so that will be at the top of the chat. I was also experimenting yesterday with like why my camera keeps freezing, and you won't believe this, but like what I did, right, was I thought it's got to be down to my internet connection, which if I always look at that fast.com, which is like the Netflix thing where you test how fast your connection is. There's probably a better way of doing it. Is there a better way of doing it than that, or
don't know? It's good enough, as good as any other. If it tells you the speed,
which shows me like a 200 meg up and then about 30 meg down, which
asynchronous,
should be okay, But I'm sure it's not that good. I'm sure something happens, I'm sure even though the numbers get reported like that, I'm sure it doesn't happen. So what I did, I thought, okay, well, I'll set up a test stream. And I did that yesterday. I streamed to an unlisted live stream. I turned off the Wi-Fi and I just put my iPhone on hotspot and put it in my windowsill. And from here, I can actually see a 5G mast, right? On top of a hill, at the road. It's literally, I don't know, it's like half a kilometre away, sort of thing. It's like maybe a kilometre, I don't know. But so it's
but like line of sight anyway. But
yeah. I can see it there, and the so that connected with 5G, and I was getting like it was about 150 meg upload. The download was 150 meg download and about 10 meg upload, which is a bit low, but the camera didn't freeze. So I'm actually thinking now what I might do is when I get to the end of my Virgin contract, I might just get a 5G router, so like it sits on my windowsill with a 5G with a the 5G data sim, which I get from Smarty for like 20 quid a month, and just use that.
That would do it, wouldn't it? Just try and make sure that the transmitting part of it is pointing away from you and not directly beaming into your brain or whatever.
Well, it will be sort of in the windowsill over here, and then the transmitter's over there. So
but probably. I mean, it's going to sound a bit tinfoil hat, but maybe put up like a lead sheet or something between you and it, if you know what I mean. Just because if it's literally blasting a 5G signal to the transmitter uploading,
is that what it does though?
Well, yeah. Well, it's got to be, isn't it? Because if you talk about over the air,
of course it goes both ways, doesn't it?
Yeah, it would be in a big circle. So unless you can actually make it directional, have a directional thing that you can point. But yeah, otherwise, because your head's going to be like a foot away from it or whatever. I'm not good with measurements, but it'd be very close to it.
That's a foot.
Yeah, so it's about that distance then.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. I hadn't really thought about that aspect of it. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
But aside from that, I mean, yeah, I mean, it seems like a good idea. It doesn't. I suppose it doesn't have to be like on your windowsill, does it? It could be just somewhere in the house. Or Starlink. They're good. Bit expensive, but
yeah, I know. I was thinking about that as well. Actually, don't know. Have to decide actually. But people do rate Starlink, don't they?
yeah. But yeah, if I was like out in the countryside or something, which I wouldn't mind being, to be honest, but then yeah, I would totally have Starlink. That would be my, my lifeline with the world or whatever.
The thing is, I'm not actually in the country. So, well, I'm kind of near the. Well, yeah, I am really, but I'm on the edge of quite a big town, And,
yeah.
And it's like, I should have good internet. I might. I don't know. I might just go with a regular DSL provider, like I don't know, PlusNet or something like that.
Something that works, yeah. Because I mean, Virgin are terrible.
Yeah.
I think when they work, they're fine, but generally, yeah, they get terrible review. Like they're generally 1-star reviews on like Trustpilot or whatever, and they get review comments saying like I would give 0 stars if I could. This sort of thing. Because I'm with BT or I guess EE. I think they are now EE. The mouse provider, and yeah, they get bad reviews. I think they get 2-star reviews.
Right.
So they're twice as good, or or half as bad, depending how you look at it.
Anyway,
yeah.
Let's have a whiz through the comments and stuff, and then we'll do some thingy. Do you want to
actual TA? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sure. So from the top. Oh, it's me. Hello. Hi.
Hi.
And Kaz not me outdone. Hi. Hello. And Nick, hi. Lots of highs. I like the minimal aspect there from Nick. He wasn't going to go into the how many, the race of how many highs should I add. So it's good haul of highs there. Good day, lads. At least your crab is green, indeedy. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Was that a conscious choice?
No, not at all.
To make it a greenback or whatever.
Not really.
Okay. Hello, Scotty. Hello, WJM. Please can we go over the red and green levels on different time frames on Quadzilla and what ones to use? Yes, absolutely. So, the retracement levels, we could definitely go through those. I don't think I've mentioned them for a while. So, we could do that. I like the blue colour behind you, Maff. Is that painted? Very nice. Thank you. We're boring rental magnolia. Ugh. Yeah, I painted it myself. Because it used to be like this kind of yellowing white. It's like kind of aged white, which is awful. Like in front and kind of around. I left the ceiling white, but it's just. I was thinking like I live my entire life in this tiny little office room that's up at the top of a townhouse, and so like the house kind of tapers off as you get near the top, and then there's just probably if I stand up, my head would be in the cone in the centre, and then the house just disappears beyond that. But yeah, I was just thinking like I'm staring at this kind of like just awful kind of yellowy white kind of wall, and that it wasn't that awful, but it's but that. So then I thought I'll paint it. I'll paint it a colour I like. Yay! Because that's what you do, isn't it? So I did a terrible job in the corners. If I lift the camera, you can see it goes really kind of jagged. I didn't do that very well at all, but it's okay. That was really kind of just I went all domestic there for a minute.
I remember when I first got together with the girl who became my wife, but and I had a little 1-bedroom flat over in Hertfordshire, and I went away for a few days, and she said, "Oh, can I paint your living room?" And I said, "Yeah, sure." And I said, "What?" She said, "Do you mind what color it is?" And I said, "No, not really. Just you choose." And I came back, and she'd done the living room in Dulux Sexy Pink, right? And which is a very, very vibrant pink. But she'd also painted the ceiling as well. and it was like, well, everyone referred to it as the womb after that, because
Yeah, that's probably the polite word for it, I guess. But yeah,
it was, and I was like, oh, I didn't quite expect to do that,
Just was this intentional? Yes.
Anyway, and then I married her, and it all became all right.
Yeah, sorted in the end. Yeah. That's a solution to a lot of things, isn't it? Yeah. So Scotty saying all legal. What's that in reference to? Green crabs, maybe. There's a legal way to get rid of your green crabs, I think. Rum, honey, and lemon is good stuff. Yeah, even if it doesn't help, it tastes bloody nice.
Yeah, that's more my thing, really.
Yeah, food ain't food anymore. Depleted minerals and so on. Yeah, it's true. I was going to say just buy organic whenever you can, just for all sorts of good reasons. Like not going senile and that sort of thing, over time. But I don't know. Yeah, I mean, unless it's salt or something like that, then obviously don't bother. Don't pay the extra for organics. It's just silly. Anyway, secret herbs and spices. Yay. Oh, that was you, isn't it? Quick reminder: do join the copy trading thing. There, I guess that's a pure affiliate link, then, isn't it?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. I've also pinned that at the top as well.
And market gonna tank today or tomorrow with fresh tensions allegedly. Yeah, sort of wonder what's going to happen there. Is that just like a looming thing? That they're just keeping that looming so that we worry in the until they're ready for the markets to pump, or is it an actual thing? We'll only find out if something happens. Go with Sky Save. You're Save. Yeah, go with Sky Save. I'm pretty sure the contract is cancel anytime, which you might want to quite quickly.
The only thing with Sky is they I kind of want to deal with a company that's just as internet, because I don't give a toss about telly and stuff.
Yeah.
So, they're going to say, "Oh, do you want this sports channel and all that?" I'm like, "No,"
And then they respond with surprise. I've
Yeah,
had that
well,
before
they
with
do,
them,
they do.
especially with Virgin. They said,
one of the
"Can I just
Virgin
get rid of the sports channels?" Why would you want to do that? Because I hate sport. Just get rid.
I can't think of anything worse than watching sport on telly, And but one of the Virgin guys said, we can give you all these extra channels, and I said, I'm not interested in television. He said, well, what sort of television do you like? I said, I don't watch television. I sort of, anyway. So if I watch television,
so the only good television is a television that isn't there in the lounge, is outside.
Yeah. So, I said, if I watch television, I'll have to get a television license as well, wouldn't it? And he was like, "What? You haven't got a television license?" I said, "No." And he was like shocked, I don't know. I'm only interested.
I imagine his voice was increasing gradually in pitch throughout the conversation.
I just don't believe you don't watch telly, But anyway.
Yeah. So at the end, it's like, so why am I even talking to you? Yeah. Aussie bought the dip and the dip of the dip, but the dippity dip keeps on dipping. It's true. Buy the dip, what with, and so on. We'll get on to some of that. Like, should we be shorting the dip? Is the thing. So I was glad we got a big haul of highs at the start of the chat, and I guess you got halfway into a high. But
I was trying to be minimal.
Count.
I was trying to. That was my joke at being minimal. You see.
Okay. Yeah.
'Cause you said
It's a way to stay out of the rat race, isn't it? It's
Like-
just
you said like Nick be minimal, so I thought I'd try and out Nick him, out minimal.
think succeeded, failed. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm just internet with Sky.
Oh, okay.
Said Scotty indignantly.
Yeah, I
I
might
don't
look
watch
into,
TV either. Yeah.
Yeah, I might look into it. I know my sister-in-law lives on the other side of town. Actually, does use Sky, and she doesn't mind it. But there again, all she does is look at, well, she books holidays on her iPad. Really, that's all she does. Really, So
Yeah.
There's that really. Right.
Yeah. I
Should we,
did like Yellowstone. That was the only thing. But and not to get into conversation about telly programs or anything. But
right. Is that where Yogi Bear
That's
lives?
about it, really. Say again.
Is that where Yogi Bear lives?
Yeah. I think he got shot.
No, it's Jellystone, isn't it? Jellystone Park.
There may be a connection there. I'm not sure. A literary allusion to Yellowstone. There are hidden depths in that cartoon. Should we do some TA?
Yeah. Okay.
Bitcoin price is predicted for you. Save with crypto and math. Bears and bulls will dance and move. Altcoins, shortcoins, stocks and forex too. Math and save will surf the wave. Bears and bulls will dance and
Okay. I'll remove
Right.
me
Yeah.
and I'll add you if you like. There
Oh,
you go.
blimey. Oh, I'm on. Okay.
Sorry, I assumed you
that's
were
right.
ready.
Oh, yeah. I think
you
so.
poised?
So
I
I was
think-
just going to say, yeah, go on. Sorry.
I think it's really interesting what you were just saying just before we did that, because you were talking about shorting the dip, sort of.
Yeah.
Because as far as I can see, nobody is talking about. Everyone's talking about really low targets, like even me talking about 45k and stuff like that, But nobody's actually talking about shorting down there. Everyone's talking about waiting at those long, waiting for long positions. And
It's true. Yeah. I think. Yeah, it's a really good point. I mean, it probably is about the certainty, what's the probability of the trade, and so on. But yeah, you can see on that. I mean, this is on the 1 hour chart, but that essentially is a clear downward trend. Obviously, I'll get to that in a second. I just wanted to point out this thing, so I forgot to mention it earlier. But I was quite excited because I bought it in a charity shop, and for £5, that's probably ripped off. But it calls itself a professional portable vocal booth.
right.
Right. And it opens out, and it's like the sort of acoustic type foam pyramid things. But the thing is, it's so tiny. But what I was going to, so I don't know how much of a difference it would make. Really, it's got a cat hair on it. So I need to put it. I checked with Grok, and it said put it behind the microphone because it said that the size of it is probably so small that it won't really make a difference. Then I cried, but then so yeah, I think so. I've put it behind the mic. Has that just made an appreciable difference to the timbre of my voice at all?
No, not at all.
No, great. How about, just out of curiosity, like, how about now? How about now? Is it anything at all?
I can't hear nothing.
Oh, no. Okay. So that's a waste of £5, isn't it? Just,
Well, you probably help some, starving child somewhere. So
that's true. Yeah, in Swindon. Isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll probably just take this back to the charity shop then and don't redonate it. Then let the next poor, hapless, gullible but kindly fool, take that on and try it out.
Yeah, just put it on eBay for £10.
Yeah. Damn good
fine.
point. Yeah, that's
what I
still got the
do.
box. I'll do that actually. Yeah, and I'll refer them to this video. Just so yeah, actually as used on YouTube.
Yeah, as seen on somebody's TV.
Yeah, yeah. That was something I was quite surprised about looking at the stats. I mean, like for Maftopia, like a third of people were actually watching the videos on their TV. I had no idea that people actually watch YouTube. I mean, I know that obviously it's there. I just didn't know that people actually do that. It's so anyway, and about 60% of people were varying, but were watching on their phones.
Yeah.
Who would have thought? Anyway, so yeah, what I was going to do with this was initially not have that drawn in. So I'm going to get rid of it and just pretend you didn't see that. And we'll just look at this. So I haven't got Quadzilla switched on just yet. There's just the RSI down there. But looking at it, there's as I was saying before, there's a definite downwards trend going on just here. So if we bring in a parallel channel, and where the hell did I draw it from? Start there. I'm going to adjust it. It was lower, wasn't it? I was doing that from the wicks, but maybe up to there. Bring that down there, like so, that sort of thing. So you can see they do touch quite more or less well. Like, and if I drew it better, they'd be even better. So, but also if I kind of bring that up, so it kind of incorporates that, maybe, don't know, something like that. So this being on the hourly, so that big old plunge just there, which was at midday UK time on Sunday, start all this. It's a definite downward sort of sloping range thing. And also the 50% level in there working its way down. It's not really a level. The 50% line slope. It's anything but level, isn't it? So that's very much it's like cutting through the middle of that, like quite. But it's over here. It was predominantly down, like there was that range, wasn't there, where it was very much just like, can we break out of this and recover? Yeah, here we go, fake out of the breakout. No, down. And in fact, quite major capitulation down. And then it's a slide, isn't it? A slippery slope. There just hasn't been enough strength to kind of break out of this slippery, slidey range. And in fact, now it's like, okay, because there it kind of got it to virtually the top, more or less, just be charitable. And there, didn't quite do it there, really. Do I draw a circle? Give it a circle. This one is just like, no chance. So, if anything, it kind of formed a bit of a new thing going on there, didn't it? A bit like that, maybe. So, it's just, is this the right way to say it? It's increasingly not showing strength. It's decreasing. It's showing decreasing strength. So it always kind of wants to return to this 50% slope down here, but it seems like more and more it's probably wanting to break down. I think if that, obviously it has just come above that 50% slope again, but I think if it fails to do anything significant like that, ideally, or even just to touch that. Touch the top of the range, sloping range. What do you call that? Sloping range. It's not really a sloping range. It's a channel. It's a parallel channel.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's if that fails to get back up in any convincing way and touch the top of that channel again, then it's just going to probably come back down to there. Might even do a bit more sharpish, like, probably break below. Just on the basis of that, it's looking increasingly like it's just going to just head on down. Anyway, so that we could look at. Oh, actually, now I've kind of added a lot of scribbles into there. Let's just take all those out. But I'll leave that. And if we put Quadzilla on there, bring in Quadzilla. There we go. So that's showing some interesting things. So we could look at each of these as kind of a level of probability. So, and I think, and obviously the closest, the closer that the retracement level here, these bearish ones, the closer they are to the current price, then the higher the probability that level is going to be reached. But at the moment, I'm not really sure how likely any of these particularly are, given this downward slope. Obviously, they'll be met eventually. The price comes back up, but I don't know. It's definite liquidity to be had there. There's price magnets in play, so there's probably there would have been a bunch of sell orders just there. There's probably sell orders lurking. I mean, at the top of that pivot, just there, kind of there. So there'll be a bunch of sell orders there. Within that, as kind of marked out, detected by that retracement level. There was a bit of a hidden bullish retracement level there that played out very nicely, because like that started drawing there, and the price would have been down here, or price dropped down there. And at this point, we probably would have been thinking like, why is that drawing? The price isn't going to make its way up to that level. What's it talking about? It's but in fact it did. It just kind of ate up the liquidity that bullish retracement level was marking out. Also, it didn't particularly stay up there. So that's also a big sign of weakness in the market. I think if there's a bullish retracement level, and the price doesn't stay above it, that's a sure sign that there's weakness, because there's descending channel is typically bearish. No, my bags. Yeah, it's how you're sitting, mate. So there is, but you're absolutely right as well. So interesting. The price did come up, and it kind of touched that level. It's like it's probably within a cent of that retracement level. So that marked that out perfectly. It's continued drawing, which is valid in any case, because as I said many times, these levels, even once they stop drawing, that particular price level continues to be relevant, and it's always worth kind of checking back on slightly older retracement levels, kind of extending them out if you want to, because the price tends to return there and kind of interact with that level. Just more open orders, more liquidity there to be had. And something I just realised, I don't have the EMA switched on in Quadzilla, but you can kind of see the result of one there. That was a impending EMA crossover to the downside, cross under. So that purple kind of slightly wobbly wedge, just so that was kind of indicating that we're going to see more downside in it. So it's kind of an indication of obviously that. Oop, I forgot I didn't have the thing. It's kind of an indication of that on its way down. If I switch the EMAs on just for a sec, I'm trying to keep this fairly uncluttered just for the purpose of this. Oh, it is switched on. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, right, yeah, okay, I'm only showing the 9 EMA, that's right. So if I put in 21 and 55, you can kind of see that purple wedge there is actually the 21 EMA coming down, and the 55 EMA at that point wasn't overly steep. It's kind of fairly. I mean, it's obviously descending, but not nearly as sharply as that. So quite often that tends to indicate that the downside from that isn't going to be as drastic as if they were both kind of moving sharply down. So, and in fact, that is what we end up seeing then. So rather than just like plummeting right there, it continued to move kind of sideways. So, and in fact, as I was saying before, we then had that fake out up, which closed off this retracement level. So that one played out nicely. We could still see some of that, so like if the price does get up to here, there's going to be that level. So we could see another fake out to there. I doubt we'll see one all the way up to there, to 69k, but you never know. It's always when we don't really expect that to happen, but it's right there on the chart, that sure enough that does happen. You might see a bit of down there first and then that up. So remove some of those as well. Oh, it's doing all that, isn't it? So we'll zap those. So it's probably done the 1 hour to death on there for me. So if we have a look at what should we go to? Maybe the 4 hour. Work our way up. So on here, yeah. So it kind of puts it in perspective a bit, doesn't it? That we've got so that obviously the 1 hour chart that drew out, but in the scheme of things, it's kind of, oh my gosh, so in the scheme of things, we got that. So this is a retracement channel that's drawn in there from Quadzilla, and it draws it out if there's, say, a green bullish retracement level down here and a red bearish retracement level above it, and they're both in their step 2 phases or steps. They're step 2 steps. So, and then that 50% like fair value area there, funnily enough, exactly lined up with that consolidation there, because it's just how it works out. It's not like hasn't specifically drawn that from detecting like an order block or anything like that. It's just that they almost always do kind of line up. You can kind of see exactly just where the orders are that are lurking. I'm still practicing the straight lines. So, and that price is at 78. So another way you can look at that. If I actually draw, I could kind of extend that further out as a. I mean, obviously this is the range that we're not currently in. I was going to say extend it out as a horizontal sort of parallel channel. Then, excuse me, that line there is essentially, it's interesting that's slightly above. Did I draw that wrong? I don't know. Anyway, oh, sorry, yeah, it's, so that channel that Quadzilla drew in is actually based on that retracement channel. It's a bit lower. It tends to do that. So it gives you an interesting kind of view on it. So that's that. Because that level, in fact, to be honest, you can view that as a bit of a range there of kind of an order block within there. So if I draw that in, so it'd be kind of like that, pretty much. Sorry, try it again. Maybe not even coming down that low. It depends, because it's got that level there. So actually maybe bring that out. It's there. If we were drawing this purely on the basis of what's here, you could kind of view it as that to there maybe. Don't know. Depends if you want to count the bottom of that wick just there, or even coming up there. Whatever. Depends what you want to draw it. So something like that. if the price kind of does a whatever it is upside down Bart Simpson and comes back up there, because that's so in other words might even do that, then come back up, that kind of thing. Just then it would come up and hit that, which is 88. As I was saying before, the further away these are and the more other retracement levels there are between this and the current price, the less likely that these ones will be hit, at least in the current kind of market phase, or in that current market structure. So I guess I'm looking at this in terms of the bullish sort of thing scenario, because mainly just because there's visible price action showing that to the upside. But if we maybe bring this to the daily and bring that in a bit, we can kind of start to see that there is very much potential like price action to the downside. This is what everyone's been talking about, isn't it? Anyway, that like you were saying, that people are saying that fully expect the price to come down to like mid-50s, maybe even a bit lower. So
yeah, my thing about
yeah.
my thing about it is though is like, if everyone's so damn sure that we're going to dump 20 grand, why is no one taking big short positions?
Yeah.
No, it just seems a bit odd.
Yeah, they might be expecting some kind of relief rally. I mean, maybe there are lots of shorts going. We ought to check the
Yeah,
the sort of long short ratio and all those things.
Okay.
But what's interesting here is that where I drew that line up to, there is so having gone to the daily, there's another. This is also drawing a bearish retracement level there at a similar sort of level to what we had on the 4 hour. So and that does kind of suggest that actually, what level is that at? Oh wait, no, yeah, I don't know. So it might well do pretty much exactly what's drawn there. It might not be quite that sharp, but then that was sharp. That was steep, wasn't it? So maybe this will be kind of steep going. Maybe not that steep. This will be kind of steep going back up. If it does kind of bring it to the and then that, what's that at? That's it, 62. That retracing level. I would think probably. So yeah, I don't know. What's interesting here is that this has drawn out these channels, basically the retracing channels between there and there. So the price could come down to there, 42, that sort of fair value zone, and then that one. It stops drawing them after a bit, going back in time. But that one there, sort of, so kind of like between 42 and 45, maybe where that wick is, if that was zoink, maybe incorporating those, in which case it's probably incorporating this area over here, isn't it? So if I extend that back, definite liquidity there. Sort of open orders probably waiting to be, waiting for forced liquidations essentially. So their positions are probably going to be closed whether they want them closed or not, and they're going to make a little bit of a loss. But there's that. There's retracement level here. It's clearly kind of just bang in the centre of that additional. I've probably drawn. I've probably drawn that a bit too far back there, but so maybe bring that forward. That sort of area, So it's that. So can't even see where the price is now. Price is there, 66.5, isn't it? So we could see on the downside at least a drop to this retracement level if it continues. Doink. Maybe a bit of a bounce within that, which is essentially an order block, kind of within there. Then down to this kind of range. I can't remember exactly why I drew. Oh, it's because those 50% levels, isn't it? So it's kind of just ranging from it's really that area there, and here where the price has been kind of dipping down into the orders here, this order block. So drops down, shorts be liquidated, and price heads back up. More orders are eaten up, price back up, and again, and now it's kind of working its way. If it gets through this area, then back down in. And this time, as so often happens, when the price has kind of tested that zone or whatever, like repeatedly back there, then it's just done this, and then it's just going to come back down. And probably, I mean, it might do that again with a few fake outs, but then, oops, hit the wrong thing. Wow, what's going on now? What did I? Oh, okay, I've moved there.
So just
what I was doing there. Sorry.
So just while we're looking at this, are we able to kind of answer WJM's question here about about looking at retracement levels on this, excuse me, looking at retracement levels on different time frames?
Just we'll do that just because I misdrew that slightly, but the punchline, I suppose, from all of this was basically that the price might kind of dip down into there again, but quite likely just kind of plunge through, maybe to about halfway, or to kind of like, oops, it's meant to be a straight line again, bloody hell, terrible at these, there, to that sort of level, and then away, we hope, or like zigzag its way slowly back up. So that would suggest a bottom of 40, maybe, I don't know, 42, 43?
Okay.
Call it 43. It's a bit less pessimistic, I think. Between 42 and 43, I think, is a likely bottom there. It might hit further down into the upper 30s. But briefly, I would think, if it does that sort of spike down. Okay. So, and this bit, it'll either do that before to come up to that retracement level at 88.5-ish, 88.7, or it'll just collapse, come back down to here, and then go up and complete that one. And by that stage, as I'm always pointing out, like with the 200s, have I got it on here? It's a daily, isn't it? 200 daily MA. If I bring that in, where's that at? At the moment, we sort of track this a bit, because if this is going to be the top of any relief rally, if it happens, that's going to go very sharply, isn't it? Like that. That could be a thing there. If this comes back up, it might touch that. So the high of the relief rally might well be 89, or just under 90. That could be the new expected high. But obviously, that keeps coming. So if this happens before that happens, then it's not going to do that up there. It's going to kind of probably come out to there or something, and that'll be the relief rally. Okay, yeah. So I could stop rambling there now and start talking about retracement levels.
I mean, my kind of two penneth, if you like, about it is because the retracement levels, in theory they work on all time frames, but obviously depends how you interpret the data from there. You can always go back and look in the statistics module in Quadzilla to see how well they played out in the past, sort of thing. So to me, you have to kind of look at an asset and think, well, what's a time frame that works well with this particular thing, So for example, like, if you were looking at gold on the monthly time frame, you'd see that all the bearish retracement levels like completed perfectly. There's 100% success rate there, but the bullish ones, it's only about 60%,
Yeah,
so obviously
let's go to the monthly. And let's bring up the stats. Is that?
Sorry, is that gold?
Well, yeah, CFDs on gold. Yeah. Stats.
You're just going to disprove everything I just said, aren't you?
What? Not intentionally.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, on the step twos for the bearish, it's 100% because this for the bearish retracement levels, the red ones. The step two is when the price is below, and you're kind of expecting the price to come back up to hit that level. So and on a long term chart like gold, anything which says the price is likely to go up is invariably almost going to turn out to be right. I
Yeah.
think it's just one of those charts, isn't it? On the other hand, with the bullish, like the green ones, where these are kind of expecting, when they're in their step two, which is this, they're expecting the price to come down at that stage. And you can see there's several here where that might still happen one day, but they've just kind of stopped plotting because it's just like, oh, whatever, you know. It's just, if you want to know, just extend the line out. And that's why that percent is lower on the bullish, even though you'd think kind of like a bullish number ought to be higher, but it's just because it's at that state of the kind of sideways S pattern of the retracement. So
Yeah.
meanwhile, the step three for bullish is 100% because that part of it is when you expect the price to go up past that level and keep on heading upwards. So
Yeah.
totally 100% for that.
So it was probably a really misleading example, but I'm just saying where it is useful to look at the actual stats to see how that particular asset, you know, behaves on whatever time frame, you know. So
Yeah.
now obviously if you put that on something like the hourly, I mean, do you want to just do that and then see how that behaves?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. So here you can see actually what I can't see your stats there. What does that say?
I could zoom in a bit. Oh no, it's God.
Is this over like 200 years or something?
This is from 2022
Oh, okay.
for on the hourly.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I mean, this one is basically, yeah, I guess because on the hourly it's obviously a lot more zoomed in, and I think the price has been kind of ranging a bit, isn't it, for gold on this sort of timescale quite a lot, and so therefore these are, I mean, they're still all in the 90s, which is pretty insane, to be honest. 90% success rate for the retracement levels on here, but they're also kind of similar. So where the step two of the bearish is expecting the price to head upwards, 93. The opposite, when it's drawing a bullish retracement level in its step two, expecting the price to come down at that stage, that's 92.9. So very similar sort of prices, sort of percentages, and the same for the step threes, which are then flipped around again. So and step one is just where it detects it. So yeah, was that kind of the thing that you were thinking about?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of a good answer to WJM's
Oh
thing.
yeah. What ones to use? Yeah.
It depends how it depends how you're trading. To be honest, actually, I mean, I'm trying to think of a. If you're doing like long swing trades, you know, you're just buying and selling Bitcoin, for example. I mean, you'd be fine just looking at like the daily time frame and just looking at the retracements there, because generally, you know, they get met quite often. But obviously, if you want to scalp more on a intraday sort of like in a intraday sort of style, then you know you might want to look at smaller time frames. I mean, I look at the 1 minute because it's pretty good, to be honest. But you know, I don't mind trading a lot, you know, sort of, whereas some people don't. So I think it depends on how you trade, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, totally, on trading style and things. Just
Yeah.
So, but also if your trade is on a higher time frame, like even still intraday, say if you're trading mainly on the 1 hour time frame, you'd still drop down to a lower time frame to get a good entry. So you kind of planned out your trade,
Yeah.
and then, but like, so do I open the position now or do I wait? So that there you obviously go down to the lower time frame to just to get that in, because like let's check our good friend Pippin. So that's going. I got the Bollinger Bands on there. Just switch this off for a sec. Oh, switch that off. Probably keep that on. Well, that'll really confuse things. I've got the kind of dev. I was going to say dev version of Quadzilla. It's kind of the messing about, experimenting with stuff version at the moment. But if I just go back to here and bring in the official released Quadzilla. So, and come on. Where's it gone? Is it going to come up? Did I not wait long enough to? Let's try it again. Quadzilla. Oh, great! Now we got two of them. Okay. Just TradingView being a bit of a prankster. I think. So,
did you see that video I put out last night?
Oh! I haven't watched it yet. No, the one about being banned.
Yeah, yeah.
So what happened?
Well,
or do you want people to watch the video to find out?
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, watch the video to find out. But yeah, TradingView, be careful.
Oh, where did I go? Oh, sorry, just actually the wrong thing. I want to move to existing pane below. Blink there, and yeah, okay. So and also just I'll bring the. That's what I tend to do with this. Just bring the RSI to the front as well. Visual order, bring to front. I think it already was, to be honest. And I think, as I was saying before, sometimes this is information overload. When you got Quadzilla with the stochastics on there and the RSI kind of blattered on top of that. But it's pretty good because often, it's actually they're surprisingly in lockstep. You don't normally see that. There's usually because the stochastics they're obviously calculated in a totally different way, but they're usually a bit kind of quicker to react and to kind of detect where the price reversals are, a bit, so they give you more of a warning ahead of time than just the RSI does, but yeah, so. What were we talking about? I've forgotten. Oh yeah, just the so this is Pippin on the 30 minutes. So say if on here we were actually just merge those. Sorry, where's merge all scales and left? Okay, and that's probably okay. So on here, I never normally do the plan out a trade thing on here, so I never quite know exactly where the thing is.
Oh, what
it's just that, isn't it? Isn't it just that? Yeah. So say on here we've looked at this on the half-hour chart, half-hour time frame, because just happen to be on it. We've got this retracing level there. That one is actually saying. Actually, let me just do this so we can focus in on that a bit. So this one. Obviously that's completed, but what it's kind of saying was that, hey, the price is above this level. It's going to come back down to this level, which is 0.48. Yeah, 0.485 here on good old Pippin, and then it's likely to head up from there. So that's kind of what we saw. So the price is heading up, then down. It did head up, but it's dropped a bit and then headed up for real, and now it's come back down again. There's all sorts of things that you can infer, decipher, not really decipher. You can read from that. I say decipher; it's actually really kind of plain to see. But essentially, when the when the price only comes up a little bit from there, and in fact heads down, then that's a very kind of good sign that that the strength just isn't there yet for that sort of reversal. You can also see it down here with the convergence bands, the stochastics. To see it, to get good confidence that there's a price reversal going on there, they would need to be really down here, either at that line or below, and ideally see a green background like that showing up. So none of that is there down there. The EMAs are kind of all heading downwards, but you'd expect that. Then because the price is heading down, but so they won't really turn until the price turns. But so there's that, and then so therefore that first one just kind of faked out a bit. It was a not very convincing bounce. Price came down, but down here it's still kind of looking like we might see some kind of reversal, just because the way that's all working out. So it would be kind of a let's do this. Just do that. Oh, I started extending these the trend lines. It'd be kind of a extension of that retracement level. So still getting the sort of up, then the down, then the up. Yeah, kind of sure enough. So so to get a good read on that, like, yeah, this is going to be a good place to go long. Not really there because none of this agrees down there. Increasingly maybe down here because these have converged down to the size of a pixel, and they haven't really dipped down into that oversold, but they don't necessarily have to. It's only like there's increasing probability the further down here they go that the price is going to turn. But here they've clearly, I say clearly, there's lots of things drawn on top, but they've more or less clearly curved round. They came together and that they're in agreement, and then that green background drew in, which is lovely because it wasn't even in the middle of the actual price move; it was before it. So kind of as it's coming back up to this level, so then it does head up above it. Not very much though. I mean, it did a fair amount. It didn't. So again, we can read from that it kind of failed to reach this level, so it doesn't really have the strength yet for a big move to the upside. It's going to come down again, bounced off that same retracement level. So that's definite support right there, which I might add, no other indicator would mark out correctly in this way that that it's like hidden support in the market just there. So that's kind of nice. Then it just kind of bounces up and away, and I'd expect it to just keep doing that for a while, to be honest, because like I say, that the market strength, which isn't quite there at the moment for anything, but that's that. So say if we did think, brilliant, okay, yeah, let's go long from there. But actually, that'd be a terrible place to long from because it's midway between these ranges, really. But if it should do a replay on that, back to say there maybe, or there, don't know. And then if we go down to the 1 minute, like so, and like so, so the scenario here is that we're looking to place a long position, having kind of done the price analysis on the half-hour chart for whatever reason. So now we've dropped down to the 1 minute to see if we can get a good entry on here. So yeah, to get a good entry, you'd ideally want at least to have these like down in this area, the stochastics down here. And of course that's kind of where they were down here, especially that wick down. So like, probably still okay there because you can kind of see that there's a general trend upwards. would I go long there? I mean, also we have you know, the future on our side here, because we saw into the future like the now, to know that the price does go up from there. But just looking at that at the moment, would you consider going long just there on the 1 minute?
Not particularly, no.
No. So on the half hour, there's that looks better. That looks more like you could, you know, because of that, you could actually expect the price to be heading up. So on here we've kind of decided, yeah, we're going to go long. Let's do it. But is this a good place to get an entry? I mean, so the price has kind of wicked. It wicked on down quite sharpish there and came back up. Because on the 1 minute you can kind of see that as well.
What might be excuse me, blimey, right? What might be a good example right now is actually is Bitcoin right now, because Bitcoin has just had a bit of a dump, right?
Okay. Right, let's do that.
And sorry, I know Scotty wants XMR, but I'm just happened to be looking at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's had a bit of a dump, right? So on the 1 minute, you know, you're thinking like, okay, well
Switch off the stats, one sec. Yeah. Let's go to this one.
So basically on the 1 minute you're thinking, okay, is that getting near a bottom sort of thing? But then I'd looking at other time frames and stuff, and I'd be thinking, well, you know, even on like the 3 minute, it's not really got to that kind of oversold sort of area yet. So
yeah.
that's not necessarily a bottom at all.
No.
But
sort of feel that. Yeah, I love that the green background down here kind of predicts the fact that the price so that there's a bit of a reversal there coming up. It could come up to that level, 6.4. Could come up to that level. Also, what's pretty great on this, I mean, yeah, it's just on the 1 minute, but between this retracement level and this one, it drew in this retracing channel, and the fair value 50% line there, that level is kind of exactly the top of where it kind of got up to at that stage. So, and also that happens to tie in with the kind of liquidity there as well. It's kind of that really, which is also kind of so that gives you a bit of a range as well, that retracement level, which then it's step 3. So that the step 3 part of this kind of means there's a strong likelihood that the price is going to kind of head up to that level, and we'd expect head on up through to it. It's one of those things that, as I was saying before, if the price gets up to here but doesn't get very far above it, it just drops again, that tells you something really important, which is that there's not very much strength in the market at the moment. Because, you know, to all intents and purposes, with normal price action, the price should smash up through that level. So if it doesn't, then it's a strong tell, you know. So, but similarly here, what I was going to say about it was this level, in a similar sort of way, the price only managed to get up to that 50% line within that retracement channel. So again, that was a strong tell. The fact that it didn't get up here at all in any of these. Sorry. Then it just kind of therefore just kind of headed on down quite sharpishly. So yeah, make some of these so you can actually see the chart. Yeah, things that you can kind of read into it, really. There's also that we had this, so that triangle is the, actually let me draw those, get those back on. So the EMAs on the 21 and the 55. Yeah, so that there was the 21 coming up to meet the 55, but the 55 wasn't heading up particularly strongly. So, it's almost horizontal, virtually. It's one of my horizontal lines that I would draw on there. So that is always a pretty good sign that we're not really going to see we're not going to see a strong move to the upside when they cross, because the 55 is just too, its incline is too shallow. So, sure enough, as it comes up to there, the EMA just kind of bounces off, and the price comes down, and in fact closes that retracement level quite nicely. That one is perfect, because this one is saying the price, it starts to draw in where the arrowhead is when it's detected, and this is saying, hey, the price is going to come down to here, drop below it, ideally just wick below it, and then head back up. So boop, doop, whoop, back up, like perfect. But apart from that, it got it there. This one started redrawing, but again, even from that bounce, it didn't break above that 50% line. In fact, this time didn't get as close to it. So another sign that the market is weakening, and we're about to see a fall. So down it goes.
Yeah.
This kind of thing. So, sorry, go on.
No, that one there that did that classic thing that I often talk about, where the yellow 21 and the green 55 looked like they were going to cross, but they didn't. And like when they don't, it's always quite a violent reaction in the opposite direction.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you can very much get like an early sign of that by the shallowness of the 55.
Yeah.
So because that really is quite a violent move down then, for sure, and a bit of a sign that. So I think from that, as I say, the next bit then was the fact that it didn't come up and hit that 50%. It didn't break above it into the sort of premium price zone above it, and was lower. So all of those things kind of pointed to that happening, really. So, yeah.
And indeed, the price of Bitcoin didn't bounce; it's coming back down again. So
yeah.
So
quite astonishingly so at the moment.
Yeah.
So
I'm a bit confused about what entries to look for at the moment. I mean, what I really want the price to go up to about 70k and then do a short from down there. But
yeah,
I don't
it
think
might not be very obliging.
I don't think we're going to get there just yet. Actually, I think I don't know if it's just going to staircase all the way down to zero or what. Yeah.
Down to the 40s, the mid 40s, I would think.
Yeah, I'm finding it a little tricky to trade at the moment. Actually, I will say that
it's an odd market for sure. It's not doing especially expected things. That crossover was pretty nice. So at this stage, where the price is kind of just accumulating sideways, and the 21 is rushing up to meet the 55. The 55 is heading up fairly steeply there, not brilliantly, but more than the example we were looking at just now. We're on the 2 hour now as well. So that one is giving a bit more of a likelihood that we might see an upward. Although down here, this is obviously just way up, touching the overbought line. So this is the thing, isn't it? There's weird things going on in the market. What could give us a suggestion here of what the price is going to do is the fact that the 9 EMA was also rushing up very steeply, and the price touched the 9 EMA and kind of reacted and headed up. So I think if the price had actually broken down below the 9 EMA there, that would have been a sign that this upside wouldn't have happened. As it is, it kind of the price almost started to straddle the 9 EMA. And then it's only really, I mean, it kind of touched the wicks down, It's only really when it very, very broke down below there, and we started to get these EMA convergences as well, drawing in, that all of that happened. So yeah,
Cool. Can we have a quick look at XMR for Scotty?
yeah, sure.
Also, I just noticed your comment here, Scotty. You were saying don't trade leverage and lose money, just spot buy XTP instead.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've been following what's been going on in the in the Telegram groups for XTP, but you know, things are starting to look a little bit more rosy. You know, I think the boss Arson of Tap Global, he's agreed to come on our show, which is going to be fantastic. Really looking forward to that. He's also started getting involved in the actual main Telegram group. He's actually appeared and he's actually answering a few questions now and stuff, and which is quite good considering the amount of abuse going on in there.
Yeah,
but so that's good.
I mean, I was feeling a bit sorry for Stelina in there, to be honest. It's I mean, she was getting some abuse, to be fair, which I thought was a bit uncalled for. Well, very uncalled for.
I thought so as well. Yeah, and the other good thing is our friend Roman had a good long chat with Arson, the boss, on Sunday, I think it was, and you know, there is good news. I can't talk about it right here, but there is good news around the corner. And I know that's always the bloody thing with like fintech things. Is like, you know, something good's going to happen soon, you know, but I actually believe it is. So yeah. Anyway, so yeah, don't give up on it just yet. And you're saying you've got XRP. That wasn't what you meant. I know XRP. XRP is not the same as XTP.
Yeah, but close.
Yeah, I actually remember years ago going to Glastonbury, and I'd arranged this place to meet my friend Chris Redhead, who was a guy called Chris who had like long, like curly ginger hair, you know, and I was waiting for him. This other guy turned up who had long ginger curly hair, you know, and I said, "Hello, you're not Chris, are you?" At Mark. And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, yeah." So I'm looking for Chris, who looks the same as you know, but you won't do, will you? You're not the same person. He said, "No, I'm not." So yeah, XRP and XTP sound similar, but they're not.
Not even close, to be honest. Yeah. Yeah. So, all right. I mean, I'm actually quite excited about that, to be honest. With
What?
with
Oh, the
XTP
Arson thing.
and yeah. Oh, the Arson interview, definitely.
Sorry, what were you excited about?
Well, XTP generally, I think, and TAP.
Oh, okay.
I think that you sort of feel like they've had to cross some hurdles to get to a point where they can start to sort of launch a bit again, and it seems like there's still development work to do there, probably during the first half of this year. It's the impression I'm getting, but it's very much sort of getting there, and there's an ambition there and a drive to do that. They're not just giving up and rolling over, you know.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, they've also agreed to sort out the website on.
Oh, brilliant!
Some of the suggestions that well, us and some of the people in the Telegram group have mentioned. You know,
so are they going to lose the Cowboys?
I'm not sure about that, but certainly all the crappy grammar and stuff. You know, and I think they're going to sort all that out. You know,
Yeah.
Which they should do, because it's bloody awful, to be honest. But yeah.
Oh, and one thing in the Telegram group is GBP payments are like, you know, payments out, I think.
Well, payments in and out. So
Okay.
it kind of means that, for example, you could, in theory, you could use your crypto gains to I don't know, pay your mortgage or something like that. You know, without without anybody raising any eyebrows, sort of thing. You know, sort of. That's the kind of idea, you know, and being paid in.
So it does a conversion at the point of purchase. Is that the thing?
I'm not sure how it's going to work, but
that'd be a question for us. And I think,
yeah, it'd be something like that. But I'm not sure. It might work in the crypto.com way that, you know, you have to actually sell your crypto first before you can top up your card.
And
you know,
presumably into euros. at the moment.
Well, yeah, but when you've got the GBP stuff, that will be in GBP. But yeah, you can do it in euros at the moment, but you have to kind of ask them to set it up for you.
Yeah.
But obviously that's no interest to me because I'm in the UK. I believe that's
step by step.
Yeah, I mean, I believe that's what Roman does because he's although he lives in Wales, he's got a boat in Palma de Mallorca, and
Okay.
so he spends quite a bit of time in Spain, and uses it like that there, and
Yeah, nice.
yeah,
all right for some, isn't it?
yeah.
So yeah, Monero. So this is on the daily. This would be bloody hell! Look at that. That's a thing.
So
that
what
came out very nicely, didn't it? So Monero on Kraken spot on the daily. There's a few things to note here. Really, I'll temporarily just switch off the retracing channels. Levels, channels. So on this, we've essentially got. Obviously, we had the kind of fairly major pumps, and I think when just kind of privacy coins were very much in the news, and it was a topic du jour and so on, and then that all kind of dropped away as suddenly as it happened, really. So what's interesting here is that the price came down. It first dropped to this retracement level. Well, actually, to be fair, that only just started drawing. That bearish retracement level played out nicely as well. There's a bit of a gap, but it's essentially marking out pretty much a little range there, saying, fully expect the price to come back up to here and then drop. And it did. Price wicked up to there and dropped. So that's really nice to see. And this one started drawing here with the arrowhead, saying, hey, you know what? The price is heading up. It's doing its up, down, and very weak up there. Within that daily candle, it just kind of marked out that the price was going to come down to here. It did. So that was at step 2, whereas expecting the price to come back down, like boink, down to there. It ranged a bit. You can kind of see the step 3 that was drawing just there for a little while, where the price had gone below and expecting it to come back up. It did, but as I say, just very weakly. And when that happens, you kind of know that the price is going to drop further. It's not just going to kind of range for longer. Just expect a big drop from that. And sure enough, boom, down. And then it kind of came down more to this level, which it started drawing like all the way back here, back in October last year. Actually, not that long ago, but still. So the price dropped down, dropped some way below it, recovered, and came back up. Still not very strongly kind of ranging back up. It's still showing weakness there. If we were to kind of, how's that straight line today? If so, that could still, that retracement level could now well form a level of support, which is kind of very similar to what we tend to see on the chippy Solana chart as well. So, it's Chippy Friday tomorrow, isn't it? As well?
Yes.
So there's that. We might see a bounce off there. If it does that, then I think we'll see, maybe even coming up to that one. That'd be nice. So, kind of could see the price kind of heading up to there, especially as the EMAs have started to level off a bit now, their descent. So yeah, could well see strength. This could well be the price bottom for Monero, and if it isn't, if it does drop below that level, probably down to this one, which is at 226 So regardless, I think anywhere around here would probably be a good time to be accumulating Monero. It's never a bad time to accumulate Monero. Just have the stash at the ready for when civilization breaks down, and well, mind you, then probably the internet would be down as well. To be fair, so but stash it anyway. So yeah, that's fairly high level view of what Monero is doing just there, I think. So that's that. If there was anything, Scotty, that you might want us to look at particularly about it, do shout. See about that red sock.
So I didn't actually mean it sarcastically. No, I didn't think you said it sarcastically. No, I think it's a good call.
Yeah. What have we got? Breaking UNS. Oh, that's today. Okay, yeah. Jobless claims, actual 206, expected. Oof. Okay.
Did that just happen?
Higher than expected. Say again? Sorry.
Did that just happen?
It's a bit early, I suppose. Yeah. But yeah. So
I haven't got anything on TradingView about that. I normally have.
Scotty uses X, I think, for these sorts of things. Gets up to the minute. All right, Scotty just saying, I'm just DCAing in on Monero. Just want to know if you guys think it's going to drop lower. It could, to be fair. I mean, no one knows, but feels like it potentially could. Like, as I was saying, just like potentially down to that level, if anywhere. If we look at go to the weekly. These levels might continue to be relevant. We might see kind of a range maybe between them, as a base. Especially as that's fairly sort of order blocky along there, and the price dips down back into it before launching up. So that maybe kind of halfway between those was that 227, just under 228, could be the low. Which in fact, I think, wasn't that quite similar to what we just saw on the daily? Was it that? Or was it this? Yeah, this. Okay, yeah, this next one down. It's funny that there's a retracement level here, just going on the daily, bang through the centre of that, where we drew that in from the weekly. So I think that might be a price bottom for Monero. So is that done? If it breaks down, that could be the next level, 120-ish. Just good accumulation time in any case. Yeah. Righty hoo. That's probably the things what I've got for now.
Okay, cool. All right. Yeah. Thank you very, very, very much. I'm just looking at Bitcoin again, sort of. Yeah. So I'm wondering if that little dump it had was to do with the jobless thingies, and I don't know.
Yeah.
So I've got it on
Bitcoin.
I've got it on a different computer at the moment, but certainly looking at the 1-3 minute, like them sort of time frames, looks like it might be having a little bit of a bounce, but I wouldn't expect it to go too far.
That's mad.
What is?
Mind you, that was from a while ago. That was from Thursday the 5th. Should I extend that out a bit? Is it worth doing that so we can crow over that? Was that one we'd looked at before and gone, that wasn't that accurate?
Not quite sure.
I can't remember. Let's extend this out. Maybe 1,000. Make that today 750 or something. Yes, we can now. Just look at that! Wasn't that accurate? Just it was. No, there's a there's a market structure prediction for you. So back here, October 2024, halfway through October, it said from that point there, the price is going to go up from here, then it's going to come down. You'd use these other things to mark out the top or whatever, but it's going to come back down, and it'll probably bounce from this level and go up. And it exactly did that and went down. Yeah.
I think that's also the case on the 3-day as well, I think.
Yeah. So I think, let's have a look. 3D. Yeah, wow. Gee whiz.
And the good thing about that, right, is what I was talking about the other day. Let me just move the comments for a minute.
Sure, yeah.
The good thing about that is it's got that green background there on the momentum oscillator sort of thing. And we did have one a little while ago, right, just to the left of that. But the one before that was back in 2023. So that doesn't happen that often. So that was part of me thinking the other day that, are we actually really going to go that much lower? I don't know.
Yeah, I think, wow. I'm actually kind of in shock looking at that one.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah. So, and I mean, nothing worth pointing out, because this had that bearish retracement level point like going on there. That was into its step 3, which really means, so the price, obviously it did its step 1, 2, 3 thing. So it went down, up, then down. And this usually means that when the price comes back down, it's very likely that it'll drop down a lot further. If there's strength in the shorting that's going on, or just in the price plummeting, then you'd expect to see a lot of downside, and that's exactly what we saw there. That one there, it obviously found a level for a while, just there. That became a support level. Down here, so this, I'm looking at it, yeah, it's looking like it's coming back down again. But if I go back to the daily, it could be one of those things, as I was saying before, on the lower time frames, that sorry, so because when you see the, actually, where does that start? There. So it did its up, then it's down. I didn't quite hit the target there, but still. Then you expect it to do it up, but there. Let's do that. So we'd expect it to head back up, but if that doesn't happen, then that in itself is a read that there's still weakness in the market, and it's more likely to, so rather than now kind of heading back up and bouncing off that level and so on and doing things and so on, in fact it might hit that and do that, to be honest. But actually, what level is that? 89, yeah. That's about the level we were talking about, wasn't it? Where it might top out on this relief rally. But anyway, so because that's actually coming back, I think if that comes back down to this level, then, okay, that might just simply be that it's now gathering strength. That could now be the springboard to head up. If it drops below that level at all, like even down to that wick level, if it closes below that level on the daily, which is 62.4, then it's more likely we'd see that down some way, because the strength isn't there in the market to sustain that rally. So it's very much because with these retracement levels that the probability is very high that it should, like a market behaving correctly, should bounce from there, or at least there on its second attempt, and head strongly up. So if it fails to do that, then we know this is the market behaving badly, and it's at least in the bullish sense, and it is not doing the high probability thing. It's just going to break on down, but just because of that kind of area. So something to keep in mind.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So if the price comes back down and drops below 62.5 and closes below there on the daily, then I think we'd see a lot more downside before we see any kind of upside to this level. If it bounces, then we'll probably head up to there. So,
Yeah, must admit it's dumping like a bastard at the moment, isn't it?
yeah. Even on the daily, you can kind of see that. Let's go to the. Should we go to the 1 minute for fun? Yeah, it kind of is, isn't it?
I wonder if this might be the. Don't know. It's got to be a bounce somewhere, isn't there? But maybe it's way lower, way lower.
Yeah, we're not going to find the bottom on the 1 minute. I think. Mind you, that's got. Having said that, green bar. Probably say red and green bar rather than red and green background. It's just a bit more. There's not as many syllables. So
yeah, that's true. Actually, yeah. Maybe we should do that.
Make that the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, because it isn't really a background, is it? Well, it's not.
No.
It's never big enough to look like a background.
Yeah,
You know.
it's true. They are the individual bars, the candle bars. Yeah, let's do that actually.
Yeah, all right. Red bar.
That's official nomenclature
There you
of Quadzilla. Yeah. So
You heard it here
Oh.
first.
yeah, and you saw this here first as well. It is dumping like a trooper. how well do troopers dump?
I remember going to pick up this bed from a guy in Radlett in Hertfordshire, like, you know, very, very wealthy sort of little town, you know, and I was with my mate. We both looked like sort of long-haired, scruffy hippies, you know, and we were picking up this bed. It's like a really nice, really like quality bed frame, you know, and this guy was there with his standing next to his wife, you know, and they were ever so well spoken, you know, and like my mate Alex said, he said, oh, this is so solid. I'm really looking forward to sleeping on this. This is just fantastic. And the guy went, oh yes, it's built like a brick toilet.
Yeah, that's funny. Just like puts the actual word in everybody's mind.
Yeah, like for anyone who's wondering, a sort of a general British expression is built like a brick shit house. You know, is the expression? Yeah, a brick toilet.
Toilet. Yeah. Oh, you know what? This is actually heading back up. So that green bar, as I now call it, is well, I hope it turned out to be right now that I've drawn more attention to it. That was definitely, it hit a sort of oversold level, didn't it?
It did. I'm
that point.
looking at it. I'm looking at the 12 minute as well, actually, because I really want to see. I really want to see something there, actually, to give me a bit more confidence that it will go back up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because the convergence band is like now below the 20% mark, you know. So we might even get a bit of that airspace as well that we used to talk about all the time, and we kind of don't so much now. But
Yeah, that's a good
but
point.
that bit where the convergence band goes really, really super thin and goes below the 20%, that's normally like quite a good sign for a reversal. But this is a good example, I suppose, where it does depend. You know, it's going to massively depend on the time frame you're looking at. So
Yeah, for sure.
So even,
yeah. Sorry, go on. Yeah.
no, so even when I see something on the 12 minute, I'm probably going to be looking at something like the 30 minute after that, just to sort of, you know, get a bit of like confirmation into, you know, otherwise it might just plummet straight down, you know.
Yeah, for definite. So, yeah, I was going to say on this that there's actually all sorts of different things we can spot on here that suggested there's going to be a bit more of a drop there. One thing is actually shock horror, not Quadzilla specifically, but this level here, because it kind of more or less. Oh, in fact, it does. Yeah, had kind of relevance all the way along there. So there was support. There was support just there. It kind of dropped down below that. Failed, just came back up. So kind of more or less support. Resistance there. Resistance there. Wicked above, failed, came back down. Over to here, more resistance, and didn't even reach level there. So another sign that the market strength is failing just there. And so that in itself was a pretty good sign that the market was weakening. We're going to see more of a drop. Another thing was down here, because that price wicked down to that level and came down to virtually the same again just there, showing signs it might still drop further, to be honest, but we'll see. The other thing was, of course, again, the thing with the retracement levels, that the price came down to this bit just here, and then just kind of, so you'd expect a big bounce from that retracement level, because that's the high probability thing. The price is going to come down and bounce on up and head up through the roof, and and so on. But it didn't. It just kind of bounced kind of weakly. It only got to there. Didn't even quite get to that bearish retracement level, but that is bearish anyway. So the indication with these would be that the price would, if it gets up to it, it's going to drop. But it got within a few dollars of it, and then dropped anyway, quite sharply. And then as soon as it dropped below that level, which should have been support, but it just smashed on down through the support. So at that stage, you kind of would have a very good idea that the price is just going to drop. Even here, when it fails to get up to there, that'd be a good sign that there's going to be a drop there. And as I say, in these ones up here as well, all good signs. The fact that didn't reach there. So yeah, the power of retrospect, of hindsight. We can read these things into the chart and say, well, in retrospect, it was inevitable. But those are pretty clear signs at the same time. Stella Jennings. Good morning,
Hello
Steve.
there. Oh, Jeff.
Yeah, this was it.
I think it's Jeff. Yeah, you are Jeff, aren't you? Stella Jennings.
Yeah. And oh, there it goes. Okay. So that very brief kind of bounce that we had there just was brief. So that, because on the 1 minute, why did we think that it was going to bounce there? Oh, it's because of the green background, isn't it? So these basically we're saying that the price is oversold there, but that oh, this is looking a bit more convincing now. This could be a thing.
Oh, we now got a super up on the 1 minute.
Yeah. So that was support for a while, just there, that level, but now it's in danger of being resistance. In fact, it's waked up and come back to that level. Yeah. So if it can get above there, there's probably liquidity to be had in there. So it also needs to smash up through some forced sell orders, I would think, that are within that range. If we can get on up through those, then we could see a return to the heady heights of just up there. If not, then down further. So,
okay. Also got a super up on the 3 minute.
Ooh. Okay.
No, we haven't. It disappeared. Damn.
No. False alarm. Oh, no, it's back. Oh, mind you that. Yeah, okay. It's definite signs of just bottoming out, I think, on these, because it's kind of, when you kind of see the repeated signs, it's like, as I say, this is all about probability anyway. So like, in a well-behaved market, the price should bottom out here, but no, it's more downside, well, here, and if not there, then there. So the more of these that you see in a row, just the higher the probability, really, that it's going to head up, at least for a while. So is that? I mean, to be fair, for this one, for this super up, the price actually did bounce. It's just such a weak bounce that that's another sign that there's going to just be more, like a steeper, further drop. So,
Okay.
Yeah, for the 1 hour.
Right. Stella Jennings saying what we're going to be shorting today. Well, it would have been good to have done Bitcoin earlier on, wouldn't it? But yeah. I missed it yesterday. You know, I really thought we would go up to about 70k and then come down. It went up, but it didn't go as far as I thought, so I kind of missed it completely, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But
I mean, Pippin might be a good potentially one to short, because it's it obviously had that major pump heading out, and this is what Teamwork pointed out in the Save with Crypto Discord. When the price is up here, he posted a couple of charts and said, "Look at this. This Pippin is primed for a major dump, and going to try and just time the price move, basically." And sure enough, that same evening, that happened. So yeah, it came out there and has tried to recover. Just waked up to that retracement level and dropped back down. So that's a very well behaved bearish retracement, in the sense that the price is acting very bearish. So that could suggest maybe a bit more downside there. It's maybe looking at it a bit creatively, but I was thinking maybe that's bear flagging a bit there. Anyway, talking about a bear flagging, I'm kind of running out of steam a little bit. So,
okay, brilliant. I'll tell you what I am going to do, just for safety's sake, just do this. Please note that this content is for educational and entertainment purposes only and is not financial advice. Any information or opinions provided are not guaranteed to be accurate or complete. Always conduct your own research before making any financial decisions. A full legal disclaimer is in the description of each video and live stream. Right, I hope the YouTube AI bot heard that.
yeah.
So,
one thing, I mean, that the price dump we saw in Bitcoin, i.e. that, just now, you got an alert. See?
I just sold a Joe Cocker album. There you go.
Cool. Okay.
Didn't want it.
Was it one of those ones he bought in? He kind of played it once. His voice is
I
very gravelly. But,
I don't think I even bought it. I think it was. It's a bit of a long story actually, but it's basically I stole it off someone who was renting my flat out.
To recoup some of the some of the rent that was never paid.
You've got it. Yeah.
But yeah, so I think what Scotty was pointing out about the jobless claims in the US, that came in looking bad, and the price dropped. I kind of wondered if there was a bit of a connection there. Building an online portal, freedom.gov, quite like that. So people in Europe and beyond access content banned by the locals. Oh, is that the album?
That's the album, yeah. Yeah, I have no idea where this came from.
Who buys a Joe Cocker album?
A Joe Cocker fan, I suppose.
I guess, but well, okay. Who is a Joe Cocker fan? Just it would never have occurred to me to buy a Joe Cocker album. I would actually be a bit. I mean, I never really minded his music. I always thought there's just better examples of that sort of thing around.
Yeah. It's quite a nice gatefold sleeve and all that, you know. But
yeah.
There you go. $5.
Oh well, that's the rent covered, really, isn't it? And that
No,
turned into,
no, no, to be fair, actually, because we did actually. Oh, it is a long story, but the guy owed me quite a lot of money, and he was extremely awkward. It's basically when we moved to France, we kind of rented out my flat for a little bit.
Yeah.
And it was like rented out to a friend of a friend, and he took the piss so badly, and so we chucked him out in the end quite unlawfully, and like nicked all his stuff, But I did say,
Okay.
give us a rent, give us a rent you owe me, you can have all your stuff back, And he just never got in touch ever. He just disappeared, So
Ooh,
so we took all his records and stuff and took them all to France, and like we had them there for 20 years, and then brought them all back, And I thought I haven't played these for like ever, so
Yeah.
we'll get rid of them. And to be fair, I've actually sort of recouped about 2,000 quid actually so far, so which isn't quite the rent he owed me, but it's not far off,
Yeah. So kind of
25 years later,
yeah. Kind of a decent sort of ending to that story, I think. Just
Yeah.
Okay. I think I really am done now. So,
Okay, yeah.
Any more comments? Oh, hello, Chalky. It's a bear market. It's going down. Same last time and the time before. I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can draw some more squiggles on here, but ultimately, yeah, number go down is in summary. Yeah.
So what's Scotty saying now? Watching news.
Oh yeah. CME Group announced that it's regulated cryptocurrency futures and options. Ooh.
Okay.
But what will we do about the CME gap?
Oh, that'd be like, I'd have nothing to talk about on Monday. I'd be like,
No. Bloody
what did you
hell.
have for
Have
lunch?
they no consideration?
You're like, well, what did you have for lunch yesterday? Oh, beef.
Yeah, yeah, basically. Well, I guess we cover that anyway, to be sure.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Michael Saylor, never been so bullish. Yeah. And Kathy Wood, Tom Lee, Ethereum is going to $1 million in 2026, and so on. Just Blaze London, still trapped in a Sol long,
Ooh, ouch.
hoping for a dump to DCA, then a pump to get out.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Sometimes a dangerous game.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry. I think.
Right. Should we go before you fall asleep completely?
Sure. I was just going to say, stop losses are not to be sniffed at. I think they, but also just strict stop losses. I think. I had another go at the 1 minute scalping yesterday, and basically the price went $30 worth of trade the wrong way, and hit the stop loss. I was so tempted to just nudge the stop loss up, but
Right.
and in fact, to be honest, that time if I'd done that, it would have worked out okay. But it's just all the other times when it wouldn't have, and I would have ended up just with a further loss. It's just about being consistent with those things, I think.
It's down to that table I showed you the other week. It's like, it's something like if you lose 9%, you need to make 10% to get back to where you were. But if you lose like 50%, you need to make 100% to get back where you were. So
Yeah.
so basically, if you start like, well, it's not really DCAing, but if you start like adding more and more orders into a trade that's seriously gone the wrong way, and it still goes, it still goes bad, and then you basically haven't. I don't know. In some way, you're better off cutting your losses early and then having the capital.
Oh yeah, massively. Just plan
take
trades.
advantage.
Yeah.
That's. It took me a long time to learn that, to be honest, actually, because
Yeah. It's throwing good money after bad is the problem. If you try,
it is,
yeah,
it is, as my grandmother used to say, yeah. But yeah, it's because everybody just wants to win all the trades, don't they? And like, it's just not going to happen, And
yeah, it's true.
but what you don't want to do is lose, it's quite easy just to go on for like months and just like have winning trade and all that, and then one day you just like you do it all wrong and it's, lose a
all of it.
Yeah.
all of the winnings so far.
Yeah, I've not exactly done it, but I've done things similar to that early on, and I certainly know people who have done that as well. And it's too easy to do because the greed gets better of you. Having said that, I did just go long a few minutes ago actually, and my entry was 65,865. So I'll keep an eye on that and see how we get on. I'm not expecting wonders for that, but like I will keep an eye on things. It's literally because we got it's because it's because on Quadzilla we got the super up indicator on the 1 minute, the 3 minute, got a green bar on the 5 minute, and let me just check the 12 minute. 12 minutes still not showing anything yet, so I'm not convinced that was the best entry. Probably wasn't. In fact, I might even just stop it now while it's like 0.1% in profit, and then just do it again lower. I don't know. I might do.
If you kind of got that gut feel that the price is just going to drop. Also, of course, it's is it a normal US market open today? I think it's 2:30. Yeah, it's coming towards that. That'll stop out any position, whether it's long or short. I think just
Okay, brilliant. All right. Anyway, so I'll have a little. Oh, what was that? 25. That's a big number. 25
billion.
That's like trillion.
Yeah, 25 billion.
Is that a billion or a? No,
Yeah.
a million, billion. No. Oh yeah, 25 trillion. 25.33 billion has been wiped out from the crypto market in just 60 minutes. What? A few minutes ago. Wow.
Bitcoin only did that.
You sure about that?
But then again, yeah, sure. I guess all of the alts. Oh, we never really look at ETH, do we?
We just casually crooned through it.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, pretty major. Oh, mine is still on 5. Let's go on the 1. I guess it is. I don't know if it's particularly. Oh, you know what? That's completing a structure, isn't it? The market structure.
Oh no! In which case, I'm quite pleased that I absorbed a little bit of that 23 billion, 25 billion.
Yeah, because you think, if there's been that much of a drop, there's got to be a bounce, even if it's just a sad little bounce. There's got to be some level of bounce, isn't it? Well, mind you, I say that, could just continue dropping.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we now got a trend shield on the 3 minute.
Is that back on Bitcoin?
Yeah. So it's normally.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. It's quite interesting.
It's, I think this level here, 65, call it 65.8. I think if it drops below, that's pretty much your entry point, isn't it?
Yeah.
583, whatever. So yeah, I was going to say that ought to be a stop loss, but to be honest, if that's your entry point, then it's heading up now.
There you go.
Good old 9 EMA it's reacting with there on the 3 minute.
I'm in profit there. Cool.
Nice. Just going to nudge the stop loss up. If it can get above that 9 EMA, then that essentially means that it's turned positive, that it's looking stronger. So often I think if it keeps on rejecting off the 9 EMA, it's probably just going to come down.
On what time frame?
Still on the 3, but just like whatever time frame you're on, really. Just,
okay, fair enough. Yeah.
I mean, here it hasn't even really reached it. It needs to get above the 9 EMA in whatever your favourite time frame is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's way up there at the moment on the 12. But on the 1, it's above it. No, it's not. It's below it. It's nudged above, nudged below, and it's threatening to come back down to the. If that's decent enough support, if it bounces off that, it could.
Yeah, I'm not totally sure about this, but yeah.
It's just ranging, isn't it? It's accumulating. It's just going sideways at the moment.
It's not my favourite. My favourite entry is when you get like a ridiculous wick and you just happen to have your entry there and like, you scoop it up,
Yeah.
That's always like just magic when that happens, isn't it?
Yeah. That would have been a good one. Talking of, I mean, or very slightly better one, because the price would have, it obviously wicked down on the bearish candle, came back up, there, or rather closed just there. The bullish candle open also wicked down, so really that would have been quite a good kind of trigger entry price for a long just there, I would think. Still a bit risky, but
Yeah, I would rather be shorting, but obviously, I'm not going to short from here, am I?
yeah,
but
not just at the moment, I think.
Yeah. Well, not at the moment, If you see if you have a little pump, I definitely will. But
yeah, it's breaking down. It's breaking down. Is it going to come down? Nope. Get above the 90 MA, then it'll be golden or cyan. So, is it going to go?
Don't know.
It's threatening to, but it does keep bouncing off it. Well, it got up there, but just straight back down again.
Yeah, I'm not feeling particularly good about it, to be honest. Actually, if I saw the convergence band turn around on the 12-minute, I'd be happy. But at the moment, it's still pointing down.
Yeah, it's turning. It's turning.
Come on.
Yeah. But talking of, oh my god, I mean that's just that's a lot of, well, I was going to say a lot of red coming down, a lot of cyan coming down, but good old wick there, potential reversal. So on the 12, it has, it's still on that candle. How long's left on it? 2 3/4 minutes, but potential higher low. So that potentially could be a reversal just there. Green background. Oh, gone again. It's a tentative flickering green bar comes in and out.
Yeah. I mean, this might just be a very, very, if it is any sort of bottom, it's going to be like a very, very, short-lived one, I think.
Yeah.
Then we'll go up and go much lower.
Yeah. So, was it Gary Gensler in the background pulling strings, controlling the market? Yeah, I think that's. Well, he's is he still involved in any capacity? No, I'm not sure. Probably not. He was just utterly fired, wasn't he? I love the thought of that. I think it was Brian Armstrong from Coinbase taking a lot of shtick. He's fighting for interest to be paid on stable coins, which banks obviously pay. Wouldn't that be amazing? Interest on stable coins. It's just like, why not? Because the banks don't like it is the only reason. Coinbase CEO and US Senator, the Clarity Act is coming. Ooh, hopefully by April. Okay. I know the odds went up hugely of it passing like this year. But that's like, well, yeah, duh, in whatever form it ends up being. But yeah, if that could be by as in like before April, I guess, then that'd be very nice. So, anyway.
All right. Okay.
Must go.
Yeah. Okay.
Quite a long time now.
Right. Thank you very much for everything you do here at Maff, and thank you everyone to everyone else who's come along. Please do us a massive favour, because we want to get the stream more busy. So do click like and make sure you are subscribed, all that kind of thing. Tomorrow is Friday, which is Bring a Friend Day. So please do bring a friend tomorrow. And
Yeah.
I'll
absolutely.
tell you what. If you've got Quadzilla, right, and if you bring a friend along, if you've got Quadzilla already, we'll give you an extra month, right? There you go. I should have cleared that with you first, shouldn't I? But anyway,
It's fine. Yeah, honestly.
we'll see.
I
But they have
think
to, you
that
have to
that's a very fair and good
yeah,
thing.
there you go.
Yeah. If they can introduce themselves in the chat, it's like, hi, I'm a friend of blah.
Yeah, but everyone's going to do that, aren't they? There's going to, hi, I'm Kazzy's friend. You know, I mean, we're all Kazzy's friends, but like, I don't know. We'll work away. We'll have to
Yeah.
interrogate whoever it is and say, is that really your friend?
Yeah.
You know.
So basically, if you bring a friend along and we like them, we like the look of them, it's got to be, I don't
will
have
extend
any
your
friends. Me neither.
yeah. We will extend your membership by a month. There you go.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah. All right. Brilliant. All right. Take care, everyone, and yeah, thank you for everyone coming along, and see you all tomorrow at the same time. And price is going up now. There you go.
Yeah.
I'm
On that happy note.
I'm 1.82% in profit. There you go. All right.
Lovely. Okay.
Right. Take care, everyone. Bye now.
Cheers.